In a world where every second seems filled with noise, notifications, and responsibilities, finding a moment of peace can be a real challenge. We've become so accustomed to the frantic pace that we often forget what it's like to live with tranquility. And the truth is, behind all this hustle, many of us are searching for something essential: serenity and balance amidst the chaos. But what if I told you that the answer doesn't lie in seeking more? That in fact, it lies in seeking less, in finding a space of silence within yourself? You might be wondering, silence? In such a noisy world, is that even possible? And that's precisely where the power of silence reveals itself. More than just the absence of sound, silence is a transformative practice that helps us reconnect with our essence, lighten the weight on our minds, and find true peace. Through silence, we learn to navigate intense emotions, handle daily pressures, and even transform our relationships. This path may seem counterintuitive, but it's incredibly rewarding. Share in the comments what silence means to you. Leave a like to strengthen our channel, and together, let's explore this journey towards inner peace. Silence is a powerful tool for self-discovery, much more than simply the absence of noise. It helps us step away from the relentless stream of stimuli and allows us to enter an internal space where we can truly observe ourselves. This practice is much like the concept of silent meditation, where we detach from external sounds and draw closer to our essence. By seeking silence, we stop being shaped by outside influences and start recognizing our own feelings and thoughts in their purest form. This moment of quiet is, in fact, a return to our most authentic selves. The journey of self-discovery through silence is like traveling down an unexplored road, but one that is deeply rewarding. Much like the idea of emptiness, often discussed in Eastern philosophy, the concept isn't about the absence of meaning, but rather about creating a space free of distractions and automatic reactions. It's in this emptiness that truth emerges, a truth that is always simple, yet brings a profound understanding of who we are. Practicing silence is like creating an internal mirror, reflecting the deepest emotions and thoughts that are often hidden behind the masks of daily life. Silence also has the power to transform us into more attentive listeners, both to our own hearts and to the world around us. It is in silence that compassion strengthens. When we are at peace, we become more aware of the suffering of others as well as our own. This silent state teaches us to be present, to respond clearly, and to find a balanced approach to our emotions. As we dive into self-discovery, we stop being mere spectators and become conscious authors of our journey. This is the transformative power of silence, which goes far beyond simply remaining quiet. Our surroundings have a strong influence on our inner peace, and silencing the outside world is an essential step toward finding serenity. Although we can't control all the sounds and stimuli around us, we can cultivate practices to minimize these distractions and create a haven of calm. Much like monks seeking a quiet place for meditation, we too can transform our environment. Turning off notifications, reducing information intake, and dedicating a few minutes of the day to a peaceful environment are simple actions that bring us closer to this state of inner peace and stillness. However, silencing the outside world isn't only about a physical space. It's also a conscious choice to distance ourselves from noises that disturb the mind. Detaching from the endless stream of stimuli allows us to observe what truly matters with greater clarity. How about taking a stroll through a park or quietly observing nature? This contact with a sound-free environment not only soothes, but connects us to the natural cycle of life, where everything happens in its own time, without rush. This external silence is the starting point for achieving a deeper inner silence. Before continuing, please take just 5 seconds to give this video a like and write silence in the comments. This will remain forever recorded in our video and help support the growth of our channel. When we choose to silence the outside world, we give ourselves the chance to connect with something greater than the noise around us. This practice is viewed as cultivating mindfulness, a way of respecting our inner peace. By reducing external stimuli, we can hear what truly matters without distractions clouding our understanding. Silencing the external world becomes a gateway to a meditative state, an experience of presence that turns each small moment into something more full and meaningful. Silencing the mind is one of the greatest challenges of modern life. In a world that never stops, thoughts can accumulate like an endless storm, with worries and plans competing for attention. Internal silence invites us to create space within our own minds, working to calm this constant stream of thoughts. A powerful technique to start this process is mindful breathing. By simply inhaling and exhaling calmly and attentively, we can slow down the mental pace, as if each breath were organizing and aligning scattered thoughts, bringing a deep sense of peace. Meditation is also an effective path to silence the mind. It doesn't need to be complicated. Just a few minutes in a comfortable place, focusing on the breath or a gentle sound, can make a remarkable difference. Over time, this practice becomes a habit, and we learn to handle thoughts without getting lost in them. Imagine the mind as a lake. At the surface, stirred by the wind, everything seems chaotic. But as we deepen into silence, the waves begin to settle, and what once was confusion gradually transforms into clarity and understanding. This internal peace isn't only a fleeting sensation. It can be applied to any situation, like in a difficult conversation or when making an important decision. When the mind is calm, we can hear our true feelings and make choices that align with our authentic purpose. This skill of silencing the mind frees us from automatic impulses and uncontrolled reactions, allowing us to act with more compassion and wisdom. With the practice of internal silence, we discover a state of balance and peace that radiates through all areas of life, paving a path of harmony and clarity. Silence has the power to calm even the most intense emotions, like anger, anxiety, and sadness. In many teachings, it is seen as a tool for self-reflection and self-control, helping us observe our emotions rather than being ruled by them. When we allow ourselves a silent pause in moments of emotional turbulence, we choose to become observers instead of mere reactors. This practice teaches us that emotions are fleeting, like clouds passing across the sky, and that they don't define who we are. Choosing silence as a response during times of conflict helps us avoid impulsive reactions that could harm ourselves and others. This silent space allows us to reflect and find a more compassionate and thoughtful response. The practice of viewing our emotions with a calm mind is transformative. Instead of judging what we feel, we can simply observe, accept, and let emotions gradually dissolve. This is one of the greatest lessons silence offers. It shows us that sometimes the solution lies not in speaking, but in listening, especially to what arises within us. Over time, this ability to silence and observe emotions becomes a natural and accessible practice. In moments of sadness or frustration, we can turn to this quiet space to restore balance. This internal silence gives us a broader perspective on our reactions, bringing the wisdom to act consciously without being carried away by emotions. Thus, silence is no longer just an absence of sound. It becomes a powerful ally in the process of self-mastery and inner peace, cultivating a state of presence and balance that strengthens our emotional journey. Making silence a part of our daily routine is an act of self-care and self-discovery that brings us closer to true peace. Incorporating moments of silence throughout the day, whether upon waking, during a work break, or before bed, is a way to keep the mind aligned and serene. These brief moments of quiet can have a profound impact, offering a refuge amidst the fast-paced rhythm of daily life. In this way, silence becomes more than a distant concept. It becomes a part of who we are, creating a safe space where we can reconnect whenever necessary. Over time, silence becomes an internal state, accessible at any moment, even in noisy environments. By turning silence into a habit, we see that it isn't just reserved for meditation or retreats, but rather a practice that stays with us like a constant, ever-present friend. In stressful situations, we can turn to this ability to silence internally, finding balance. It's a way of being present without mental agitation, of perceiving our surroundings with more clarity, and of acting with greater wisdom. This daily habit of seeking silence opens doors to a more fulfilling life, where each gesture and each choice can be made with more awareness. Through silence, we find a natural rhythm, free from rush, that flows in harmony. Daily silence becomes like a ritual of care for the mind and spirit, something that strengthens our inner peace and prepares us to handle challenges with serenity. In this way, the habit of silence not only calms but transforms us, helping us walk through life with lightness, presence, and gratitude. Now that you've learned about the power of silence and the transformative impact it can have on your life, how about putting it all into practice? What steps are you willing to take to bring more moments of peace and silence into your daily life? What small changes can help you calm your mind and find that space of quiet? Share your thoughts in the comments, along with what resonated with you most in this video. Subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to keep exploring topics like this and deepen your knowledge of self-awareness and serenity. Thank you for watching, and I hope we can build a space of peace and inner growth together.